Was standing too close into the road there, and a rider from Astana went down very hard. It actually looked like Alexander Vinokourov.
Well, let's hope there's nobody injured there, but that was a massive pile-up, and it's come at the most crucial stage of the charge for the finish and completely split the peloton here. Well, time now really does matter if any of the potential candidates of final victory. It happened on the right of the road there, and it looked as though a rider from Astana did clip the side of a spectator, and he ricocheted left, unfortunately, right into the pack, which took out a lot of riders. Now they've got a split.
Well, when the road gets blocked like that, the riders behind, they have to stop. Then they've got to get themselves back up to full speed. These guys are racing for the victory of the stage this afternoon. Again, this is why, Phil, all of the big leaders of the race, even if they don't want to try and win the stage, try and ride at the front end of the main field to avoid this. That was a very nasty crash. I didn't see what happened to the spectator, but everyone went down very hard.
Yes, and the trouble is it's caused a split. Now, the field at the front will continue to race here. They will not know the extent of that crash because they didn't see it. And they've got a split on the road now, and we're not sure who's been caught behind. If all of the favourites have been caught behind, fine. But if there's one that got into this lead group, there could be a bonus on the cards here.
Well, when the race is full on like this, it's very difficult to slow down. They've got races in full race mode currently, and that's why we've seen such a big amount of damage being done by that crash. All of these riders caught out behind the crash are in scramble mode now. The leader, Phil, of Team Movistar, number 81, David Arroyo, he's going to lose himself a fair chunk of time here this afternoon. And riding through the town of Les Herbiers, it's going to be very difficult to organise the chase and get back into the pack.
It is, because there are parts of that town which is narrow. I'm not certain exactly the route we take. I remember taking that left-hand turn on a bicycle ride yesterday, I must say. 5 miles to go at the moment, or just over 7 kilometres. And these boys are now racing flat out. You can't stop a runaway at this stage of the race, whether they fall or not. There's some very determined faces here, not least Andre Greipel on the left of our picture.
Looking very mean, but on his wheel he's got Philippe Gilbert. Watch out for the man in the middle for Movistar there, Phil, with a slightly different band around the middle of his jersey. That is the Spanish national champion, Jose Rojas, a very good sprinter.
Now this, I think, will drop back to the chase here of a big peloton of riders as our motorcycle is trying to get us up to the front end to see the pictures up there. Now keep a very close eye as we pass riders here to see if any of riders of the stature of Frank Schleck or Levi Leipheimer, Chris Horner, have been caught back here, or indeed the man who's won this race for the past 2 years. You watch out for number 1, because that would be Alberto Contador.
Well, we're looking through all of these riders. It's always chaos when something like this happens. It's a scramble to get yourself back in. But if you're involved in an accident inside of the last 10 to 15 kilometres at speeds like this, Phil, it is almost impossible to get yourself back into the race.
So as we see the race now, they are 3.8 miles from the finish, and there is a very definite split on.
Thomas Vogler there in the green jersey, he's looking very nervous, looking left and right, staying right up in the first 4 or 5 positions. Also, Philippe Gilbert, very comfortable on the right-hand side in the black, yellow and red jersey, champion of Belgium. I have to say, BMC Racing have done an excellent job in keeping Cadel Evans up at the front of the pack. That's why all of these other teams over the last few kilometres were riding near the front of the pack, not to win the stage, but to avoid an accident like that.
5.5 kilometres to go now. It is an absolute scramble to get the result of the first stage. There is Alberto Contador playing with his little radio piece. And now, I'm not sure where he is, but I think he might be on the offensive here to try and chase up to the lead group. He's got his whole team working for him. So Contador, like the day when we went down to La Grande Motte a couple of years ago, is losing seconds to men who may matter later on in the Tour de France.
When you're the man who's the defending champion, you've got to remain calm in a moment like this. This is only 1 day, Phil, out of 22 days of racing. It won't be good for his morale, but he can't panic. He can't push himself into the red zone. He's got to look around, use his team, and hope that maybe on the final ascent up to the line that he can try and pull back a few seconds. Now it's Radio Shack. Jaroslav Popovic on the front end of the main field with a big R on his shoulder. He is thinking about this. Hincapie in second, third position there on the left-hand side with the white glasses. He's looking over his shoulder. Come on, Cadel Evans, you can stay with me. This could be a very interesting point. We're looking here, Phil, 31 seconds Contador has lost at this point.
This is what you said earlier, Paul, because Cadell Evans was riding at the front to keep himself out of trouble, and it's not just kept him out of trouble at the moment, it's working in his favour. These are huge time gaps when you've lost the Tour by 23 and you're half a minute ahead. That could be the Tour in 3 weeks' time. You just don't know at 2.7 miles to go.
This, Phil, is why Andy Schleck and his team were riding at the front end of the main field, because they know on the first day of the Tour de France it's nervous. They know there can be crashes left and right, and that has been what we've seen here. Richie Porte is in this group as well, number 5 there, the teammate of Alberto Contador. This Tour de France today could be going against Alberto Contador.
Well, Porte is there to support Contador, and that's what he's doing right now. He was riding close to him when the situation occurred. Radio Shack and BMC, the 2 American teams, and HTC High Road have got themselves in perfect position here. Remember, George Hincapie in his 16th Tour, he's seen it all before.
He has seen it all before, that is for certain, because now we can see BMC getting it worked up at the front. Third place there is Bernie Eisel, the Austrian rider. It's out to 36 seconds now for Alberto Contador. He's not going to pull back any of that time here, Phil, because these guys are full on for the stage victory here this afternoon. Andreas Kloden of Radio Shack has made the junction. All of the big leaders have been very attentive. It would appear to me only one man has been caught out, and that is the defending champion. He's in this group with 2 miles to go. Alberto Contador, there he is.
Well, I doubt it is going to get back now in less than 2 miles to go. He is 36 seconds behind. Remember last year, Schleck lost the Tour to Contador by 39 seconds. At the moment, Contador has almost lost that to Schleck on the road on the first day of riding. Thor Hushoff is the world champion. He has made the front group, by the way. Has Hushoff. This is the chase group, and it's 36 seconds behind. And these are climbers in the orange jersey. These are the men from northern Spain, the Basques. And they climb mountains, and they'll need the hill coming to try and shut down the gap just a little bit.
Well, it's not being shut down at all, because it's now up to almost 40 seconds in about 10th position there in the white jersey with a band across the middle. You can see the man who's the world champion. That, of course, is Thor Hushoff.
Well, this has been an incredible turnaround at just about 8 kilometers from the finish. A crash has altered the destiny of the stage of the Tour de France. Well, it may not have done, because Philippe Gilbert is about 4th or 5th in the line here, and just on 2 kilometers from the finish.
Andre Greipel is not going for the win this afternoon. He's the man on the front. He's digging deep now to keep this pace nice and high, because in 3rd position, you've got Philippe Gilbert. In 4th position, you've got Thomas Vogler. In 5th position, you've got Damiano Cunego.
Well, that was a huge effort by Greipel. It lasted about 100 meters, because the big sprinter on the flat couldn't cope with the climb, as we're now heading up towards the finish. This is all the pressure on the man in black now, and he's only got 2 men left in front of him. And Thomas Vogler is there. There's another crash here. We've gone back down the road. I'm not exactly sure where, but is this the Contador group in trouble again?
Well, there's a lot of riders are very nervous today, Phil. They really are taking all kinds of risks. It's the first day. We're looking here at inside of 3 kilometers to go. This group has been splintered completely as Philippe Gilbert is in 3rd place.
Now, that's going to be a difficult call for the referees, because the 3 kilometers to go rule will come into play, but the race was already split, so they're going to have to sort that one out. We'll have to go with whatever they decide. But these are the attacks we expected to come now, and that is a good move to aid the man in 3rd place, Gilbert. He needed somebody to put a big move in.
Well, I tell you what, Katusha have put the big attack in, but Philippe Gilbert is sitting and waiting. I spoke to somebody just before the start about how to win this stage here. You've got to wait. You've got to bide your time right down to the last moment. Right up there in 3rd position. It looks like Rojas is looking very comfortable indeed. Not too far away in the green jersey. Thomas Vogler is looking ready to see whether or not he can pounce. The Spanish national champion, Phil, in 3rd position. Rojas has got an incredible turn of speed, especially at the top of a climb like this. Cunego is in 4th.
Well, Philippe Gilbert there telling his teammate to keep the pressure on for as long as he can by shaking his head in 2nd place. He doesn't want to be at the front yet. I've got to watch the right here of the road because this is also another, and that looks to me like the little figure of Alexander Vinokurov who's launched the attack. That was to be expected, and this is helping Gilbert. Voltaa has got second wheel, Gilbert is third. Pushkoff is moving up as well. He's in about sixth place in the white jersey.
Bosenhagen is right up there as well, but here's Fabian Cancellara.
That is Fabian Cancellara who's gone with a huge amount, and Gilbert recognised that one because if Cancellara goes, you've got to counter. That is an absolute flyer, but you know it's a long, long way to the finish of this bend as you sweep around the corner. Cancellara looking, and he's got trouble on his wheel. Gilbert does not want to go yet, but he may have no choice. He's got to jump and make it hard because Cancellara is beaten by Cancellara. Gilbert kicks again. The champion of Belgium has got it. Well, he goes up towards the line now, and Cancellara, he made the move spot on, but Philippe Gilbert, who was right there in it. Now, can he hang on, Paul? Because this is desperate moments as Gilbert tries to hang on. He's got just about 500 metres to go.
We're coming up in third place. Looks like Cadel Evans as well, because coming around this final corner, Philippe Gilbert really had the acceleration. He's got to keep going, though, because it's a long, interminable hill, and Cadel Evans is coming across the gap.
Oh, it's going to hurt the legs, but that's a result for Cadel Evans and for Philippe Gilbert. Win 14 for him. Cadel Evans has had a tremendous day. The favourite has got second amongst the favourites. Has got second on a day that Contador has lost time. That's a big